Yeah, I'd like to speak to Miss Swanberg, please. Sober off.
A pension or retirement plan. We can help. Iowa Legal Aid provides hope, dignity, and justice to the low-income people of Iowa. Unfortunately, each year many are turned away for lack of funds. You can bring hope into their lives with your charitable contributions. Let us know if you're having tax problems. We can help. If you are a low-income worker, you may be eligible for the Earned Income Tax Credit. Ask for information about the Earned Income Tax Credit. Hello, Jeffrey.
Hello, Jennelle. I'm sorry I missed your call the other day. I was sick.
I'm sorry. How are you doing?
Not good. Listen, I was able to straighten out my food stamp issue,
Good.
and I think that you would find it amusing how I did that. But I need you to get me some. Did you get my Did you get my mail yet?
No?
Perfect. Anyway, look, I knew what was going on, so I had called up Sherry Duncan, who is my special liaison, and as I've told you, Sherry Duncan and everybody in the Davenport office, and even Mister uh, Groutman, was telling me that my food stamp allotment has nothing to do with how much I pay for rent. And
That's not true.
I know it's not true. And when I had asked you guys to take this food stamp case, I was paying Mr. Ballman $400 a month for rent. And yet I could not get legal aid to help me get my correct amount of food stamps after paying $400 a month for rent. And I even found, and when I was living in Jeff Smallwood's house until he bit me, guy actually bit me. I was going to get my food stamps changed to Illinois and everything, and I was told by Illinois Public Aid that it would take them a few months to get everything straightened out with Social Security, and during that time, I would have to pay um, uh, $400 plus until Illinois got it straightened out so that I could to pay for my Social Security for my Medicaid. It was a Medicaid payment, which the state would take over and that Iowa pays, but Illinois is behind, so they would have to it would take a few months. So I'd have to be giving up over 2/3 of what I was getting. Now I eventually found out that that was not true either. That the amount of money I pay for my Medicaid is like around $100. So I even got lied to by the public aid office in Illinois about that issue. So being is that nobody can live on $400 a month, and I know that nobody's going to help me with my appeal. And when I file an appeal, I'm going to ask for certain information, and I'm not going to get it. And even Walter Ballman at my last appeal hearing in Iowa, I had given me an affidavit saying that I never received the documents that I had a subpoena issued for. So I called up Sherry Duncan, and I told Sherry Duncan that a friend of mine who's also on the SNAP program met me at McDonald's. And we called the Department of Human Services and talked to somebody, a food stamp worker in Des Moines. Well, we made a tape on my webcam of that conversation. And I told her that this worker had told my friend who had given them his information and pretended like his situation was mine. She told that person that's absolutely not allowed. And as you know, these people in the Davenport office had been lying to me for 3 years, and your office was willing to let them get away with it. You wouldn't represent me at my food stamp appeal, and you know that the amount of money that I pay it directly affects my food stamps, and you still would not help me, Jennelle. That's very disappointing. So anyway, I told her I was making this recording, and she's still giving me, well, you can file an appeal. And I said, how about if I play that tape and play the recording I'm making of you right now on Facebook? Would you like that? And she freaked out. And I said, I can do that. Because I'm recording my conversation with you right now on my webcam. And she freaked out. Couldn't believe it. And I said, and then last Friday, I get a determination. Mind you, I haven't filed an appeal yet, and now I'm getting twice as much food stamps. Isn't that amusing? What do you think of that? Are you there?
I think that's great.
Well, I know that it's great, but you know, I didn't actually call up the Des Moines office. I was bullshitting her. But I figured, you know, I've been getting so much bullshit. Let's see what happens if I prime the bullshit pump. And now I'm getting twice as much food stamps. But that's no thanks to you. Now, I'm just wondering what it's going to take for you guys to help me get the name of the director who was the director of the office of the DHS in Davenport in 2007. Would that be too much trouble?
Well, you are fully capable of performing all manner of investigative.
No, well, you know, these people won't give me that information, and they won't let me into their files.
No.
But the thing is, when Lori Miller, who I believe was the worker, who testified, who perjured herself in front of Christine Dreckman, I would just like to know, and she was some kind of worker or director, but I believe that the director of the office, who at the time I had that appeal, was Nicole Utoff, who also will not talk to me. Now like you guys are tout that you provide justice for the low income. And I think that the justice that I deserve is having somebody charged with perjury. Because you can't lie in front of an administrative law judge. They call it perjury, and it is an offense which has no statute of limitations. So I was wondering if you would help me acquire that information.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry about what?
I don't have that information.
Well, I was wondering if someone could help me acquire it.
Well, I think you probably can acquire it on your own.
Oh, how am I supposed to do that? They won't let me in the office, and they won't let me look at their employee records.
Well, you can certainly look it up on the internet.
Where would I go to look that up on the internet? As if.
You are way more familiar with the internet than I am, Jeffrey. So
you know how to get into. Look, you know that I can't get in there. They won't let my IP number in their system. That's why I wanted to come into your office to get their rules and regulations about the SNAP program, because they won't give me those either. And I wanted those in writing so I could send them to Christine Dreckman's office. Do you know, during my last hearing, Christine Dreckman called me a liar. And Christine Dreckman certainly knows that my rent payment has a direct effect upon my food stamp allotment. But Christine Dreckman called me a liar too. Now, my computer can't get in there, into their records, but yours can. And if you don't want to help me do that, so that a low-income client can get justice, would that be because you just don't want to make any waves? And you're really not concerned with getting myself justice? These people deprived me.
Well, you couldn't go to the library and use their computer.
No, I can't get into the library, remember? I spent too long on the toilet. You would not help me with that issue either. So far, you would not help me with a food stamp appeal which was totally winnable. And I had to win it by laying a wolf ticket on a receptionist who has been assigned as my liaison. And the thing about having a receptionist assigned as my liaison is that I cannot acquire any information about food stamps from her because she doesn't know, because she's a receptionist and a secretary. You are helping these people deprive me of my administrative appeal rights, and you're helping these people deprive me of my entitlement. You helped them deprive me of my entitlement for 3 years. Why did you do that, and why are you doing that now? That's not a rhetorical question, Jennelle. If you're supposed to provide your clients with dignity, you can at least give them enough dignity to answer their question. Why are you helping these people? And why did you help these people starve me for 3 years? Why'd you do that? Did that float your boat? Did that ring your bell? And why? I'd like to know. Don't I have the dignity to get an answer for that for me? Jennelle?
I don't have anything to say to you, Jeffrey.
Why? It's a simple question. Why are you doing this to me? Why did you throw Wanda Butler out of your office when I have an audio tape of her payee testifying that she's committing financial abuse on her? Why did you make me handle that case? Why did you do that? That came from you. That didn't come from Mr. Groutman. That was your order. You run the office.
What year was that?
Well, that was in 1996.
Well, I didn't run the office in 1996.
Oh, who did?
I really couldn't say.
Oh, why couldn't you? But when that person was running the office, I'm sure that that person had issued orders not to help Sobroff, because you didn't. Now, why, when you were running the office, and I was paying Walter Ballman $400 a month, would you not take this food stamp appeal?
Well, I think John Groutman has explained that.
No, he did not. Well, yeah, this is what he did, and what I have on a digital recorder is that all they're going to give me, is $40, and they changed the rules of the SNAP program while I was in prison, and that all I'm going to get is and at the time, all I'm going to get is $40. That's what he told me. I can prove that. He lied to me, and he doesn't want to admit it now. And you don't want to answer the question. Why was John Grotman ordered to not help me and, in fact, to lie to me just to get me out of the office? I mean, I'm just going to assume, because I've met so many black people that this is happening to now, who the DHS office is lying to about their rent payment not affecting their food stamps. Why are you people throwing black people out of your office? Trump wasn't even the president then. Come on, Jennelle. Give me an answer. Of course, you don't have to give me an answer, Jennelle, because I'm going to put this on YouTube right now. I'm going to put this on YouTube and on Google and on Tumblr and on Twitter and everywhere. Now, I won't if you answer the question. And don't tell me I'm trying to blackmail you, because I'm not. This is news. I'm a journalist. I want to know why you're throwing black people out of your office. I want to know why you wouldn't help me do anything but slowly starve. Come on, Jennelle, there's got to be an answer. Isn't there a good reason why you didn't? Come on, Jennelle. Cat got your tongue? What did you do that for? What did you lie to me for? What did John Grotman tell me? Why did John Grotman tell me that I was only entitled to $40 worth of food stamps when I'm paying $400 a month? Maybe, I am going to take this issue to the ethics committee. I am going to take it, and I'll get an answer from them in writing, so I don't have to make a videotape, and I don't have to put it on Facebook. I can just take a picture of the letter and post that on Facebook, and on Twitter, and on Tumblr, and everywhere. What is with you people? Why have you been fucking me around all these years? Come on, tell me. What's your purpose? Is it something I did to you? Did I do something personal to you that you would want to watch me starve? Is it because, the people in Calamus they hated me because I'm a nigger lover? Is it because I'm a nigger lover? Is it because I'm a coal hauler? That's why they burned my building down. Catherine Alexander wouldn't take my case. Why? Why? What are you doing? What the fuck is the deal? I mean, really. Yeah, and listen, if you won't give me even the dignity of an answer, I've got I've got audio of what gets played to people when they call your number about how your mandate is to provide dignity to the low income. And so far, I've seen a bunch of low income people telling me that you won't help them. Oh, she hung up. Well, that was getting kind of tiring anyway, wasn't it? Well, welcome to the funny pages, Jennelle. Jennelle Swanberg, director of the Davenport office of legal aid, instructed her subordinates to lie to me. And legal aid throws people out of their office who have perfectly winnable cases because they're black. Now, ever since I was a child and I was going to public school, because I'm a Jew, I was called a white nigger. So maybe I'm being thrown out of their office because I'm a white nigger. I don't know. You'll have to decide. This is Dmitry Ivanovich with the naked truth.